Good afternoon or good morning, whichever time you're looking at this. This is Carl Lucci with Let's Talk Business Tampa Bay, where we interview the best businesses in the Tampa Bay area and we distribute their information across Tampa Bay so that you have an opportunity to learn more about each one of these people. And today we've got Dina Arvanitakis, I believe I have that right, with the Arvanitakis Law Group. And she is also a Let's Talk Business Tampa Bay partner. Welcome, Dina.
Thank you for having me, Carl. It's a pleasure.
You bet. So, Dina, let's start off. Just tell us a little bit about your business.
Okay, well, I'm an attorney. I have my own practice. I primarily focus on two areas of the law. I do real estate law, and I also do probate, estate planning, and elder law.
So what made you get into the law business?
Well, aside from the financial security and stability it can provide, I was always attracted to law school as a practical education where you learn a lot of good transferable skills, how to be resourceful, how to be persuasive, how to communicate effectively with oral communication and written communication. It's just a good, solid foundation. And I like to help people. I like to help people and be a problem solver.
Good. Yeah, I think that's, most businesses, that's what people forget is they're problem solvers, and so it's really good to have. So how long have you been doing this?
Oh, I've been an attorney for 22 years.
Wow. So you're a seasoned attorney. All right. So that's great. So who is your ideal client, or who do you like working with the most?
Well, I'm going to give you a lawyerly answer. It depends.
Okay. All right.
My ideal client for estate planning purposes is someone who's 55 and over, because that's when they realize that they need to plan for the future. Usually young people are invincible and think they don't need to think about the worst case scenario. But aside from that specific target age group, I also can help anyone of any age, especially if they've purchased a home and they're facing foreclosure or have issues related to their leases or contracts. That can be anyone that's a homeowner or has their own business.
Gotcha. Okay, great. So I always tell people, if you're not distinct, you may become extinct. So what do you think makes you different or distinct in your business over maybe your competition or other people that do what you do?
Sure. Well, for starters, I'm bilingual. I'm fluent in the Greek language, and I know it as well as I know English. I can read and write and communicate effectively. So I can service the Greek American population if they're challenged with the English language. And I am also a one-stop shop solution for certain clients. Like, for example, if you are facing foreclosure, I can defend the foreclosure, and with my real estate license, I can work to sell your home as a viable settlement to a foreclosure, because that's a win-win situation. The bank ultimately gets its money back. You get to exit the foreclosure with a viable settlement that won't make you end up with a judgment on your credit report. And also on the probate side, when I have clients that inherit properties and title clears in their name, oftentimes they're more interested in selling the property than keeping it. I can also sell that property and offer an additional solution to the client.
Okay. So do you also do like wills and powers of attorney and things like that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I do all the advance directives. My power of attorney is 33 pages long.
Wow.
The typical power of attorney is anywhere from 7 to 13 pages.
Yeah.
Mine is enhanced, and it's built in to allow the power of attorney later in life to make necessary changes for the elderly person to qualify for Medicare and VA benefits.
Oh, I got you.
Even sometimes in the 11th hour.
Yeah.
Because there is a look back period in the state of Florida, but it's not nearly as strict as some other states. So you can do some last minute maneuvers, but you do need that flexibility from that power of attorney. So when I draft the documents, I really do draft them with a vision for a long term situation.
I understand. So do you have any interesting or special stories or something like that that stand out that, maybe our viewers would be interested in hearing about?
Sure. There is one story I'll never forget that really touched me. I had an 81-year-old widow who came to me after she realized that her home had accidentally been sold at a foreclosure auction. She had a bad year. She had undergo chemo treatments, and she suffered what's called chemo brain. She didn't understand that the homeowners association can actually take your home and foreclose you and throw you out on the street if you don't make that assessment payment.
Right.
So long story short, her house sold to a third-party investor, and that's when I stepped in, and I had to fight both the HOA and the third-party investor because this home was free and clear.
Yeah.
When it was sold to the investor. And I was able to reverse the sale. I was even able to unwind the entire case and get the judge to agree with me. We threw out the judgment.
Great.
So it was not part of her credit report either.
She was able to stay in her home.
Yes, I saved her home. She was able to stay in it, and my understanding was a few years later she sold it and scaled down, and now she doesn't have to work anymore.
Wow, that's powerful. That's great. So where are you located?
I have two locations. My main office is in downtown Clearwater. The address is 600 Cleveland Street, Suite 300, and that's Clearwater 33755. And my satellite office, which I use primarily to accommodate a client from Northern County, is located in Tarpon Springs, literally across the street from the Greek Orthodox Church.
Oh, okay. All right. And so I assume that if anybody wanted to contact you, probably the best way would just be to go to your website, which we have down here in the banner, which is www.alg-legal.com. And I'm assuming your phone number and probably a form or whatever, but they can contact you that way. Let me ask you another question I forgot to ask you. So if someone needs some basic information or they want to find out if you're the right fit for them, I mean, do you charge just for a consultation like that, or?
Well, for the initial consultation, I'll do it for free to determine whether we are a good fit for each other.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. And then, if it is, then you can move forward. If not, then they can, move on, because you always want it to be a good fit anyway before you do business with anyone. So, but I know you because you're in my Let's Talk Business Tampa Bay group, but not everybody else knows about you, and that's why we like doing these videos for our partners and for other people as well. But if you have anything else you want to cover, or do you think we've pretty much covered everything?
I think this is pretty much it. Thank you, Carl.
Great. Well, I appreciate you doing this today, and and I hope people get in touch with you and find out more about what you do, because it does sound like you are very distinct in what you do and very caring. And so with that, I guess we're going to end this in about 10, 15 seconds. Okay. All right. Well, listen, have a great day.
Thank you as well.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.